Not accepting at this time. No, it's not the time to be asking questions.
It was my shoes.
It's not your time. It's
I don't know if you can see it, but hi.
Hey guys.
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Greetings, everyone. Hello, everyone. Pleasant evening.
Salve. Hello everyone.
Greetings, Pelicans.
Hello everyone.
My name is Javier Pilar.
Hi, I'm Shana Willis. Hello Legal Eagles.
It's built-in AC, so you can't turn down or turn up. So you either have to lock off or turn on.
You guys are cold?
No, we're not. If you made them not have the AC, I swear.
You guys are gonna get
I want to get this.
I was fooling someone, I was like, thank God I'm in the group of three.
She's making excuses. She's making excuses because she's gonna lose.
Or are they content with the motion because it's because they're on the easier side? It's been a lovely process, don't get me wrong. I love everyone here, you know.
A few moments later.
It's okay, you guys got a handout and that's fine. Accept the handout, you guys needed it.
Okay, we can have
Everybody else that tried to gaslight me and manipulate me into believing that this is a fair moot, I decline. I'm saying, no, stop.
Guys, let's be nice to each other. Actually, don't be nice.
Actually, yeah, the nice part of the pageant done right now. A nice part of the pageant done right now. The debate is on, the competition is on, and the fire is coming.
Business we are pre-white them and met with. We'll learn investment from anti. It's not your time. It's fine.
I can't wait for you. Hold
it there, right? Oh God. I feel up in there, right?
I'm literally going to crash out because I have to replace a judge, and my replacement judge is gonna be 30 minutes late because he's in another debate. Guys, just contestants, can we come over here, please? I'll repeat this when Akil and Jayla and not Jaylan and Shana K gets here. Sorry guys, my brain is terrible. So for the timing, when your first minute has passed, Rihanna will clap. When you're in your final minute, she will clap again. When your time is finished, she's going to say time. And when the 30-second grace period is finished, if you guys go into that, she will say time again. And that time you have to stop talking or points are gonna come up. Okay? We cool? Yes. Okay. We're confident. We're ready. Fake it till I make it, guys. Woo!
Wait, what did the conversation about Spanish Town Hospital?
Yeah, also where you man. Because me know her longer than you know. So me I say me not born in the same hospital, so me know her from the born. So me if you get the vote.
So your vote you try secure.
me I say just bribe her.
I know her longer than I know you. I know her from primary school.
If we have the points ready in time, we're gonna announce the winners. Okay. Guys, speaking of which, the photo that we took on the sashing ceremony that I was gonna use if you guys win a fast track look terrible, so I'm gonna take some pictures right now. So let's go.
Yeah, I'm really nervous. I'm really nervous. You don't have to worry about it. I wish Samantha was here.
I think she's coming. She's coming.
Okay, that's so hot, bro. Sorry. You already know. I always do that, bro. It's not even real. Oh yeah. Bro,
You look nice. The 360.
I got.
She was a fairy.
I got this dress from mom and Danny.
Oh, Danny gave
My
you?
father bought it for when they were young. So, well,
It looks
yeah.
so. I actually tried. I'm so serious. I actually
Oh
tried.
God, I was so nervous, bro. Like,
I ain't not saying enough nervous. Where's Jalil?
he's over there. Yeah, he's over there. He's going first, so.
First?
Yeah, like
Jalil go
I think
first?
he's on the proposition. I don't know if he's the first speaker though, but yeah. Okay, it's nice seeing you.
Have you guys seen your Mr. or Miss Law? Yes. Really? Have you seen your Mr. and Miss Law? Yes. Alright. So we invite the first Vice President, Miss Dominique Brown, to come and welcome the judges.
Stop it. Get some help.
Good afternoon, everyone. As they call themselves my 14 children, I apologize for one of them. They're all great speakers, so I did not include judges, and I look forward to see what they have to present to you all.
And now we'll be going into the rules for the debate. Starting off with all speakers will be judged and scored separately. The individual points will be accumulated to decide the winning team for each match. The speaker, either male or female, with the highest individual scoring will be the winners of this fast track.
Points of information can be asked, but the speakers reserve the right to refuse to answer twice. No points of information should be asked within the first or last minute of the speaker's presentation.
The first speaker of the proposition team will begin the debate and alternate accordingly until each speaker has presented.
The timekeeper will signal once there is only 1 minute remaining and once the time is finished. All speakers must conclude at the indication that their time is up. Anyone who speaks over their allotted time will be docked 4 points. A grace period of 30 seconds will be allowed.
There will be no short button, but the last speaker of each team can include statements or points to act as an unofficial button for their team.
Honorable judges, members of the audience, and my somewhat worthy opponents.
Damn!
Good afternoon.
I was very nervous, but after a while, I kind of got the flow of it.
Allow me to draw upon 2 voices from our own courts. In the well-known case of Advocacy, Mr. Kane, also known as Jury X, weighs around $500,000. It is cases such as these that compel this House to debate the motion, trial by jury in the Jamaican jurisdiction should be abolished due to its waning influence.
The points were sent out, the placement for females 1st to 7th place, and I'm looking for my name only to find it all the way at 5th place.
One must not be fooled by such a utopic and romanticized approach.
I don't like debating. So when I worked hard on something and ensured that I did my best, only to find out that I came 5th, it plays on your emotion.
An argument on juror illiteracy will be constructed. My colleagues will further build this case for abolition by proving that the jury is expensive, unreliable, and that it defeats the purpose of our legal personnel. This argument is not only elitist, it is legally unsound.
Okay, so for the debate, when I was presenting, my hands were shaking. I was so nervous.
Bias is not unique to jurors. Judges are human. Prosecutors are human. No decision maker is free from perspective. Even judges who acquire the training and the legal knowledge on how to be impartial still struggle to uphold Section 16 of the Constitution, which states every person charged with a criminal offense is entitled to a fair hearing by an independent and impartial court established by law.
I end up do all of the speech.
One governed by a well-developed jurisprudence, implemented procedural checks and balances that ensure fairness, impartiality, and accountability. And with that, the opposition, yes.
But that's how it goes.
My first speaker has already laid a strong foundation for our case. I come not to speak about what the jury system used to do, but to face the uncomfortable truth that in the 21st century, it no longer serves the purpose it was created to fulfill.
Okay, so hi guys, this is me before the debate fast track.
Judge alone trials and investments in our human and social resources offer a cheaper, faster, and more accountable alternative, one that aligns with our constitutional values and our national goals.
I don't want to say I'm nervous because they said that anytime you say you're nervous, you're like claiming negative energy, and I don't want to do that.
Babylon said jail for me. Bet the judge said bail for me. Somebody tell the jury, Jack control my destiny. This excerpt comes from Martal's song, Bail for Me, and provides the perfect segue into my first point.
What I will say is that I'm very excited. Everybody's so capable. I'm excited to see how they'll argue it.
It is inconsistent to my opponents to argue that trained local judges cannot be trusted to determine facts fairly.
The moot is direct, it's very obvious, but at the same time, there are loopholes and creativity to be, taken out of everything.
And today, Jamaica must have the courage to let go of what no longer works. Thank you.
Let us humor the government. The sad reality, though, is that it will be an irreversible erosion of the national identity.
We got it about 2 weeks ago, the moot, but it felt like a month. So I'm really glad to get this over with.
Upon further evaluation of this issue before the House, everything points to my opposition's leader call for a more culturally aware viewpoint of the jury system. This is the government's fatal blunder, because they have failed to account for the jury's shortcomings that are invariably subsequent to Jamaica's greater socioeconomic and political deficiencies. Ladies and gentlemen, do not be fooled.
Very confident in everything that my team has said. Our position was strong.
No, it is no secret that in Jamaica the jury system is not a constitutional right as per our stone. But this cannot extinguish the inexorable connection with the Constitution. The reality is that some things may be left unsaid but are naturally understood.
We're very grateful for the opportunity to get this done, be able to put together a lot of research and just put it out on the debating arena.
The simple answer to this simple question, Mr. Speaker, is yes. They are undermining the competence of our judges in the legal profession. I'm not gonna do the bag of formal thing right now, because I just do the formal thing at the debate. I feel good. I'm not lying, I feel good. From the survey taken by 40 law students, 73%, yes, 73% of the respondents expressed their dissatisfaction of the influence that trial by jury has in our society. I just dropped some heat while I go upon my opposition. I tell you, I feel it already, I feel it. Not accepting at this time. No, it's not the time to be asking questions. No, it's the time for the opposition to give a listening ear and hear what the government has to say.
Come with the theatrics, but really and truly, debate is more than the theatrics.
I leave with you this piece of homework from our country's very own observer. Mr. Speaker, if you'll allow it. I have a copy for each of you.
I think it was very high-spirited and, very theatrical, but as it relates to substance, kind of wonder which part I did, but...
Mr. Speaker, I do apologize. I only have one copy. You'll have to share it, because just as trial by jury, the ink in the printer is very expensive as well.
You come with a piece of paper and we talk about the survey about the law students. Those are irrelevant. Where are the facts? What is the core of your argument?
Constitutional reform, because not accepting at this time, because the jury system, a big ship, but big ship can't sail far in a shallow water. The government rests.
It's all in good fun, even while we're competing. So, I think I did very well.
The crown are already mine, Them just hold it on the side to the competition done. Believe me, I tell you, the fire is coming.
The judge gave his feedback. He stated that he didn't like how we didn't respond to the opposition point that while the jury is biased, the judge can also be biased in the court system. However, my third speaker did speak on that. I don't know if you can put in the clip.
We're not going to say that there's no bias within the system overall. But guess what? There's a way to limit bias. Because judges are biased and the jury members are biased as well. Everyone is biased. Even I'm biased. But there's a way to mitigate this bias.
So I don't understand how he didn't hear that part.
In the Sean Campbell case, we saw where Justice Lennox essentially prioritized the interests of the court's time and resources over the defendant's constitutional right to a fair hearing.
I think I put out my best, but at the same time, I feel like I could have been a bit more assertive.
And resorting to judge-only trials allows room for more bias, as it is objectively easier for criminal elements to wrongfully influence a singular, most likely well-known adjudicator, rather than a temporarily established group of 12.
Nonetheless, I'm just thankful that my team was able to execute. We did what we needed to do. And I feel like I added to that, spectacularly.
Is justified by its cultural separation, allowing for the impartiality. And the government claims to want such impartiality, but that discourse is hardly relevant in asserting that the jury system should be abolished.
See the best for last, naturally. So, yeah.
The restrictive scope of the legal provisions relating to marital rape in Jamaica's jurisdiction is a legislative failure. The opposition. Mr. Victor Stewart. Ms. Shanna K. Willis. Ms. Zuri Martin. And Mr. Calvin Rabich.
From the proposition team, we have Mr. Javier Sellers, Ms. Anselina Lee, Ms. Leah Harris, and Jay Bowler.
It is not a license to treat no as negotiable, and it certainly is not a license to treat consent as optional.
Everything.
What makes it uniquely violating, disgusting, and heinous is not the relationship between the parties, it is the removal of choice.
I'm worrying about my delivery, I'm worrying about stammering when I'm up there.
And it gives perpetrators confidence that the law won't bite unless the victim crosses extra hurdles.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
But the opposition might say that marriage is private, but privacy accepted.
If bodily autonomy is absolute in marriage, how do you propose the law should distinguish between a criminal violation and a consensual act in a relationship where intimacy is presumed as ongoing?
I'm also worried about the POIs and what they'll actually respond. Will someone make sense?
Point of information.
Accepted.
The motion does not talk about the morality of the restrictions. The motion is mostly about how these restrictions meet the legislative billing, and you fail to do that as far as I'm seeing.
Well, you have to understand that morality and law are twined. What needs to be legal or illegal is often based on what is morally right or wrong. Let me continue.
As a team, we were the team that worked ahead of time in writing speeches and practicing speeches, practicing POIs. So we prepared, so it's just deliver,
But one that is incoherent, unresponsive, or fundamentally incompatible with the values of the society.
I literally feel so relieved right now. I'm so happy it's over. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
As marriages break down, disputes often spill into the courts with deeply personal allegations that are often difficult to objectively verify. In some circumstances, criminal law must avoid becoming a venue for resolving marital quarrels, but instead address clearly defined criminal conduct.
It was so stressful. I think our moves, it was particularly hard to do.
That does lock the state to intervene into the private affairs of a marital relationship.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So you don't value someone's bodily autonomy?
Of course, we value people's bodily autonomy, but it's very important that there's an objective standard.
And the views are literally not any of our own. They're they just contradict our views so much. I literally felt degraded as I was writing the speech, bro. It was too much for me, but...
Even in the scenario where witness evidence is available, such evidence is likely to arise from individuals closely connected to the marital relationship, creating inherent tension, compromising objectivity.
I'm just happy it's over. I'm happy that I was able to argue, even though I didn't particularly believe in the points. I'm really happy.
The narrow definition of what constitutes marital the Sexual Offences Act of Jamaica results in married women receiving limited and inadequate legal protection.
Before the competition, I'm not going to lie, I was coming here, on my way here, I was still fixing my speech. Even up to the final minutes before the debate, I was still trying to perfect my speech.
If we look at this provision in comparison to the law's definition of rape, we can see a legal gap that does not make provision for anal rape, even if the husband has a sexually transmitted disease. This, ladies and gentlemen, is my first argument of why the marital rape provisions under the Sexual Offences Act of Jamaica is a legislative failure.
I felt so unprepared because my days have just been so busy and I've been neglecting the group meetings and preparation and everything, but with Christ in the vessel we can smile at the storm.
Accepted. Are you trying to say that, why are you talking about Burger? The motion is not about Burger, the motion is about marital rape and the restrictions. What are you talking about?
Sorry, if you are listening to my argument, I would have outlined that the reason why Section 2 and 3 of the Sexual Offences Act is a legislative failure is because it limits to only vaginal penal penetration, labeling anal as grievous sexual assault and giving the perpetrator only 3 years imprisonment as opposed to 15 years imprisonment for a rape charge is a serious gap in the law, thereby being a legislative failure.
I approached the situation with faith and I prayed. Even when I was sitting there practicing, I said to myself, hey, did you pray? So I'm very happy that the Lord came through for me again.
Failing. And a law is not a failure simply because it draws cautious boundaries in a very complex evidentiary context. I had a great debate. I don't know, I was extremely nervous, like nerves all over the place. But at the moment I got into it. Among the most serious offenses known to law, carrying severe penalties and lifelong consequences. Accordingly, it demands a high burden of proof. I feel like we get set up. First, we have jury trial. And then next, we have marital rape. What is the correlation? In the context of marriage, again, marriage is not immune from law, but it is evidentially distinct, and proving lack of consent beyond a reasonable doubt is unfortunately complex. If we should put it on a scale of difficulty, 1 is here, mine is here. And if I lift up my hand a little higher, it'll go higher. I don't know if you can see it, but high. I define that content information. Alright, moving on. Again, like I feel like what gave me the confidence was just denying the POIs. So that victims have a proper route and avenue to justice. Okay, go ahead. Still believe that our move wasn't the best. However, it's over. It's over. We are seeing where this law is effective in 3, 4, 5 different countries. Right? Right. Great. And with that, any more POIs? No? Okay, I rest my case.
Be frank, this is not a minor legal concern or a concern that can be viewed in isolation, but is instead a major legislative failing hidden under layers of toxic.
Originally, when the debate fast track was just proposed, I was extremely stressed out.
The Jamaican rape and marital rape laws reflect colonial era assumptions about masculinity that portray men as dominant and immune to sexual victimization within marriage, which has proven time and time again to be untrue. A 2024 publication by the Jamaica Observer titled "A Male Can't Be Raped" highlights a major contrast that can be identified between the sexual offences acts of Jamaica and Barbados.
I've never done a debate before in my life, so I was extremely stressed about that part.
This gender-neutral definition allows for adequate protection of not only women but also men under the law. One may ask, why is the issue of rape being discussed when the major issue at hand is centered around marital?
Now that I'm actually going into the debate, I'm not that nervous anymore because I'm actually quite confident in my speech.
What recourse does the law offer him? The honest answer is minimal. Because Jamaican legislation does not accept it.
That's not mutually exclusive to marital rape, so how does that come into this case?
Could you repeat?
That's not mutually exclusive to marital rape, that's also in regular rape too, so men can't be raped in regular rape. So
and that is why, if you were listening prior, I have stated previously that the issues surrounding marital rape is directly connected to the foundational issues of rape.
The proposition has come here today to tell you that the laws governing marital rape in Jamaica are legislative failures. We, the opposition, say that this assertion is not just wrong, it is utter nonsense.
I thought that I did really well, and I gave it my all.
They believe that the law fails because it is restrictive. We believe the law succeeds precisely because it is restrictive. It demands objectivity over emotion and proof over accusations.
That is until I saw the results. I am behind by 8 points. That's a very huge gap from first place.
Of jurors in a he said, she said discourse, then the outcome would be obvious. Less convictions for men.
No, if you slip, you slide. Everybody have shoe feet, so I really have to lock in and make sure I maximize on the other fast tracks.
Therefore, this law is not a failure. It is the only thing ensuring justice.
While I was coming up on the stage, I heard clapping, but it wasn't the audience.
In addition to you, we have Mr.
It was It was my shoes. No way to school rain start, so you know the shoe decide to left me, so I'm in this dilemma right now.
As such, the proposition would like to put forward their final argument before the House. There has most certainly been a failure on the side of the legislature in implementing these laws.
I feel very excited going into this debate.
However, opposition members, the real matter is that there are no provisions which assess marital within their matrimonial home when they have never been separated.
That was definitely God helping me out there, and I did my best and I delivered to the best of my abilities.
Mr. Speaker, can you imagine a law enforcer stating that there's not much that can be done about marital rape and resorting to counseling?
I feel good afterwards. I did my utmost best, you know. I'm always grounded by my mantra. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
No one is above the law. With the proposition, rest for a case.
Hence, a framework that ensures due process and legal clarity by requiring clear thresholds like separation, protection orders.
The motion was one of truism, and it was really unfair for the side of the opposition.
Calling a law out this is not the same as proving it is a failure. All laws age. That's why we mechanize reform. The fact that the law is old doesn't mean that marriage carries a presumption of ongoing consent until it is withdrawn formally. In non-marital relationship, there's no legal presumption of sexual access. Every act of intimacy must be explicitly consensual. In marriage, however, the law presumes ongoing mutual consent, not as a denial of autonomy, but as a recognition of the initiative, cohabiting, and legally bound nature of relationship.
So for the boys, drop out please. Alright, the overall victor is Victor.
The crowd felt right. You know something's like destined.
Okay, and for the girls, drum roll please. And the winner is Angelina.
Well, guys, thank you for coming to our debate. It was great having you. Peace out.